guys, it's Steph here. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to be planting a climbing hydrangea. I've been wanting to put one of these in my yard for about 2 to 3 years now. I have a good spot for it. It's going to be a little bit tricky because I have to plant it behind some of my incredible hydrangeas that have just come out and are starting to bloom. They look incredible. They put on a lot of growth, and so it's going to be a lot of hydrangeas in this one area. Okay, this is where I will be planting it. So I have a climbing rose right here. This is the Lady of the Lake. It just was planted last year. It doesn't get a lot of sun. It is growing, but it's just not going to be as happy here. It needs a little bit more sun, even though it says it is more shade tolerant. It's only getting like 2 hours of sunlight. I'm just going to let it grow here, and that's okay. I'll get the blooms that I can get right here. I have another one over there that I love. It gets more sunlight, does awesome. So I'm going to make sure that I'm careful about how this is going to climb around these. But at the same time, we don't really use these two. Kind of unsightly, so I'm gonna let it kind of cover it and make it so you don't really see that area, which is going to be nice. And so I'm going to be planting it right here in this corner. It's going to love it here. It's going to climb and take over this entire area. It's not going to be invasive. I'll be able to control it nicely. It's drying out a little bit. I've had it for over a month now. I've been watering it. Finally I'm getting to it and putting it in the ground, but it's a zone 4 through 9. And it will get up to 30 to 50 feet tall in the perfect climate, which will not be mine. It will get pretty big. And so look at that. The sun or shade only needs 1 to 6 hours of morning or late afternoon sun. Right here, I actually get sunlight from about 1 to 4. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this. It's pretty simple here. I'll just put it in the ground. I'm gonna put it back here in this little corner about 1 foot away from the wall. And then it will just make its way. Climbers are awesome. Definitely make sure you give them something strong that they can climb on, like a brick wall is perfect. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Just make sure they don't get too much sun. If you live in those more mild northern climates, you can go ahead and get away with a little bit more. Got them in there. I did not realize how tender my incredible stems are. I had to break a few, which is okay. I'll allow a little bit of sunlight, but be careful with those. I'm gonna put this other hydrangea right here on the corner where this chicken coop is. I just planted mine about 1 foot away from each structure. So this is another strong, sturdy structure that can handle this hydrangea. Don't put it on a 4 to 6 foot structure that's not very strong. It won't be able to handle it. So it can spread quite significantly over here. It's gonna go on the left side, it's gonna go on the right side. Gonna go over the top. It's gonna be awesome. This is gonna turn into a statement piece back here. This does get full sun till about 12 at noon, but then it does get quite a bit of dappled sunlight until about 3. With the hydrangeas, they can handle a little bit more sun if you make sure they're watered. Like I said, if you're in those northern climates, you could give it quite a bit of sun. They are a very versatile, adaptable, tough climbing vine and don't require much. So that's why I'm really excited to be planting 2 of them. I'm gonna make sure I give mine at least 4 hours of sunlight, part sunlight, so I can get more blooms. If they're in deep shade, they will grow, but you're not gonna get as many blooms. So I'm gonna have to hand water right here, just keep them moist. 6 years ago when I had moved here, I guess it's almost 7 years, I put in a sprinkling system. I had zones for different flower beds. I thought I was gonna be done, but yeah, right, I've gotta add so many more zones. I'm doing a lot of hand watering, which I'm not loving. It's doubling my work and making it a little bit harder, but I'm just gonna keep at it. Just a few other things about this hydrangea is those blooms are produced on old wood. So if you're gonna prune them, which it's fairly uninvolved, you don't have to do a ton, but that will be for another video. You're gonna wanna do it after it's done blooming. Before I end this video, I forgot to tell you what's really cool about this vine that's a little bit different than your other vines. It also has aerial rootlets, also known as suckers. So they're gonna climb up here. I'm not gonna need to trellis them, which is another bonus, makes it way more low maintenance. And they are not super fast growers, so they're not really gonna take off for 3 to 5 years. Once that time passes and they get a little bit more established, you're gonna see a lot of growth, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. When they're not in bloom, the foliage has this nice big leaf. It's a little bit more on the darker green, glossy side. To me, it's just really elegant. So I hope you guys like this video. Go out and get yourself a climbing hydrangea. You won't regret it. I've never heard anyone have any negatives about it. Everybody absolutely loves them. They're such a versatile vine. They can grow in my hot climates. They can grow in the northern climates. They're just a tough plant. Make sure to comment down below if you have any other questions about this hydrangea, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day gardening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.